Space planes, deadly secret weapons, scientific experiments on humans produced deformed beings. Bell turned into a monster, leaked videos and scandalous photos, broad headlines related to one huge mystery, a legend that almost revealed its sides in the year 2019. But no, this did not happen. The mystery of the American Zone 51. A few days ago, we started the adventure of the year 2024. A new year, a new decade, and a quiver full of mysteries that puzzled humanity for more than 2,000 years. But did you know that the year 2019 was just around the corner, who unveils the oldest and most dangerous mysteries of all time? No, this did not happen, although everyone was sure that last September was the desired month to find out the truth of the terrifying legend. However, the 51st District in the United States remained a mysterious secret. So what happened in the year 2019, and almost revealed a decades-old secret? Well, the whole story goes back to one post on the Facebook social networking site, a post that almost triggered a popular movement. The 51st District has never seen anything like it before, don't you remember it? So let's go back a few months before touching on this mysterious mystery. 20-something American Maddie Roberts created a Facebook page with the headline in bold. Together, we open the zone. 51, they can't stop us all. In it, he calls on users of the platform from around the world to gather on the 20th of September to invade the region and stand up to the fact that the US government hides aliens in it. And in just a matter of hours, more than 1.5 million users of the Facebook platform pledged to participate in the storming of the military. No, strangely enough, the owner of the idea later said that it was just a joke, and he did not expect it to meet such a huge popular welcome. Do you really think it's a joke? Or is there something that forced him to abandon his goal? No one knows except that what is certain is that this joke led to the organization of large popular movements near and in front of the most mysterious facility in the world, which prompted the US government to strengthen the military presence in the region and warn everyone who thinks of breaking through fences and barbed wire with a severe warning. And interestingly, 2 young Dutch nope. All we managed to do was to go about 5 kilometers, only before they were arrested to be released 3 days later, on condition of paying a fine of more than $2,000. That's not all. The 2 young men told the police after their arrest that they were fluent in English. But they deliberately ignored the warning signs scattered throughout the region. And the reason? Curiosity. The curiosity of the 2 young Dutch people in particular, and the curiosity of the world in general, to find out the reason for the mystery surrounding this area, calls to question whether the 51st Zone is really a military zone, as the American government claims. So why is all this secrecy around it? And why was it recognized only a few years ago? And what is the secret of the strange sightings that the inhabitants of the region talked about? And most importantly, who is the young woman who poses another terrifying mystery related to the restricted area? Where is the 51st District located? It is located in the Nevada desert north of Las Vegas and covers about 3 million acres, and it has many nicknames such as Groom Lake, which is the name of the lake on which that area is located after its waters dried up, in addition to the name of Paradise Ranch, Pottertown, and Dreamland. But the most famous name is Area 51, so that the number 51 indicates the classification of the area and its geographical location, which is strictly forbidden to fly over it. And what many do not know is that there are 2 additional military zones where American nuclear weapons were being tested. The other is the Nevada Test and Training Area. The area was established as a place for testing and modernizing aircraft, including reconnaissance aircraft of the Blackbird type, and although the area was opened in the year 1955, but the CIA did not officially acknowledge its existence until August of the 2013 year. It's strange, isn't it? Yes, but there is something more strange, is that no US president spoke about this mysterious area before former President Barack Obama, who was the first to speak publicly about it, and that was only 4 months after the official CIA announcement that it was a military area for testing aircraft. This reticence really arouses curiosity, and they call into question the legends and narratives that revolve around the Region 51. Before touching on the myths that revolve around the Area 51, we should talk about the famous incident that triggered the mystery of the restricted area. The details of the story go back to the 2 Roswell accidents that occurred in the year 1947. It is said that the U.S. government then found an alien spacecraft crashed in that area, and that it completely fed into the Area 51 without making any official statement. Believers in the theory of the existence of extraterrestrials considered this incident to be conclusive proof of their theory, especially under the unjustified secrecy by the U.S. government. This incident created a stir, a tidal wave of countless analytics. What prompted the U.S. government to declare a few days later that the incident was just a crash of an armed forces balloon? Is this true in your opinion? No one knows. Since the 2 famous Roswell incidents, thousands of theories and many legends have emerged about the 51st District, the 4th legend being the most terrifying and mysterious story in history. And let's start. The first myth. The 51st Zone is a hotbed of alien spacecraft, and the photos and videos that have been leaked and transmitted through the media and social networking sites have reinforced this theory, as they show strange vehicles flying over the area, and surprisingly, the claim of residents neighboring the area that they saw flying saucers and strange objects, and that they heard no one knows. But what is certain is that the United States of America has insisted many times, because the planes that many have seen are only new planes that are being tested by the American authorities. The second myth, the myth of secret weapons. According to this myth, the United States of America uses the 51st Zone to develop and to hide secret spy planes, which are the fastest in the world. That's why the United States does not want to disclose them to maintain its secrecy. The third myth, the myth of deformed beings. This myth says that the facility had a serious accident, and some workers were exposed to a terrifying state of poisoning as a result of secret jet fuel, which led to their deformation and transformation into terrifying beings. The United States has been trying as much as possible since that time to hide them from children and to ensure absolute secrecy. The American authorities have been working to block the access of radio, television, or mobile phone signals to and from the 51st Zone. This is part of the mysterious and suspicious stories that revolve around the 51st Zone in Nevada. Of course, we do not adopt any of them, but we information so that it may be true, and it may be just fairy tales fueled by the idea that the area is a military zone and entry is prohibited. But what is certain is that the year 2019 was a hinge year that almost revealed a lot of mystery about the base, whose name was associated with objects and spacecraft. Well, my friends, this Area 51, as we mentioned, is located according to maps in the dry Groom Lake in the Nevada desert, which is 135 kilometers from Las Vegas, and the history of the establishment of this area dates back to the year 1955, during the Cold War between the United States of America and the Soviet Union. But the reason for choosing this remote spot to create this military zone is, according to CNN and National Geographic, developed the complete plan and military and security design for this area. Area 51 was surrounded by all kinds of human and mechanical protection. Planes were prevented from flying over it at all, even prevented from flying over the surrounding areas. And adjacent to Area 51, the U.S. government and the CIA did not declare or admit the existence of this area until 2013. And at the request of the Freedom of Information Act Committee, it was submitted by Dr. Jeffrey Richelson, official at the National Security Archive at George Washington University, in 2005. This wealth and mystery that enveloped this area created a wide aura of controversy and curiosity, and drew all eyes about this area. And what from secrets and facts, we also watched together rumors and strange stories about this region. We did not address the scientific aspect of the day because of the lack of information from sources considered reliable, and after research and reading, we were able to reach documented facts related to this strange region. A girl named Abu Jill was rumored to be the daughter of one of the scientists inside Area 51, who, after her father's insistence, agreed to conduct experiments on her, only to turn into a savage creature that kills and spreads chaos around her, and inside the laboratories of the facility or the area, until her fate, according to the story, became unknown. Of course, with regard to the girl Abu Jill and what happened to her and her fate, There was never mention of this topic in any of the sources that reported the facts of this area, and the CIA report on this area did not. Apparently, the story of Jill's father, the monster girl, is the so-called media head start in order to collect more readings at that time or to get a large number of views in our time. Also, another rumor that has affected this region related to one of the most famous space flights, the first landing on the moon in 1969. According to this rumor, the U.S. government filmed the famous landing in one of the hangars of the region. This theory is supported by many conspiracy theorists. But of course, the U.S. government did not take this information or rumor into account, and did not pay attention to it basically, as for the frequent news about aliens, spacecraft, and others. Here we can say that we have found our desired way. It is known that the area gained its bad reputation after several allegations that the area was established to preserve and study a spaceship that crashed in 1947, including creatures in Roswell, New Mexico, and the creatures and their ship were transferred to Area 51 after its establishment. And in this issue, the U.S. government confirmed then that what crashed was a balloon to study weather conditions. Now, the justification of the U.S. government did not cure the mystery and paranormal lovers, so they continued to believe in the subject of the spaceship. And this theory was reinforced in 1989 when a journalist named George Nahm interviewed Robert Lazar, or, as Bob Lazar is known. This person claimed that he worked for a while in Area 51, specifically with physicists and other scientists on the study and re-engineering of a wrecked spaceship. And he also reported that there were bodies of aliens being studied in the super-secret facility. This interview sparked interest in this area and was the spark for launching stories and allegations on it. But the reality is another age. According to the National Geographic report, Lazar had said in the interview that he studied at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and the California Institute of Technology, but school records denied this. Thus, the credibility of this man and everything he said became questioned and rejected, especially since it is known that everyone who works or worked in this area is subject to the secrecy law and cannot talk to the media, as for the UFOs and the numerous sightings made by residents of neighboring areas. The answer in the CIA report is this area was established for the manufacture and testing of reconnaissance aircraft used in espionage work, and the first of these aircraft was the Lockheed Udo aircraft. These aircraft were able to fly at an altitude of 70,000 feet, an altitude that none of the aircraft at that time could reach. These aircraft were able to fly over radars of the USSR and over enemy aircraft, and because of their flight. With such a high altitude and the shape of its UFO, commercial aircraft pilots were the first to report seeing the UFO and not determining its identity. By developing and testing a new generation of spy planes in the region, and a room named A-12. These aircraft with a titanium body can cover the entire distance over the USA in 70 minutes at a speed of 2,200 miles per hour. These experiments, and the flight of these aircraft for more than 2,850 times in that time. In particular, these planes reflected body rays due to their metallic composition, in addition to moving very quickly like a shot, which makes those who see them sure that they are seeing flying saucers, as reported by journalist Annie Jacobson in her book about the history of the Region 51, in which she asserts that the entire region was created purely for espionage purposes, and this is confirmed by the report of CIA 2013 report on the development of spy planes and the study of enemy spy planes that were being shot down, and published documents prove all this. And we clearly got acquainted with everything that was being produced and tested in that region, from modern and unfamiliar aircraft until the 70s of the last century. So my friends, the 51 facility or region is still standing and active to this day. It still enjoys complete secrecy and immunity. And the manufacture of spy planes still exists from the first model of the, and we may need decades before everything that has been tested since its inception to this day will be announced, if we do not witness it in the coming wars. But despite all the confirmations, statements, and documents proving that Area 51 is indeed an area of a secret nature for secret research related to espionage, spy planes, and warplanes in particular. However, the element of conspiracy theory and those who believe in the existence of extraterrestrials and their permanent visits to our planet Earth reject these justifications and facts and insist that Area 51 is... Rather, I have clarified this area as a pilgrimage area and a tourism area for all the curious and seekers of hidden facts, and waiting for what will be revealed, or rather, what will be revealed about the research and experiments of Area 51. Keep my friends safe and at peace. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Goodbye.